What you mentioned, was that a worry? Because that connection you have with the others, every time, I think in every industry, when there's a big change, was it a worry that that might not be the same as before, or you wouldn't have that same connection?
No, because I think for us, like, you know, we make music almost selfishly in a lot of ways, because it's very therapeutic to us. The things that we write about are very personal to us. And so because of that, we kind of just make a proclamation, you know, in our musical language, and the people that are fans of the band that speak the same language, they're going to hear it, and we're all going to join together, you know, in that moment, in that show, or in that experience of them experiencing our music. So there's not really ever a fear of there being a change, because with every record that happens, you know, and so that's just kind of part of it. You know, some people don't like the new record as much as the old record. I know with bands that I love, sometimes that's the case, but it never really stops you from being a fan of the band. And so because we're, you know, we are very involved fans of music, so because of that, like, we're able to kind of think of the fan perspective a lot, because we just kind of do what we wished some of our favorite bands would do, you know.
Right.
It never really gets more complicated than that, I guess.
Yeah. But something like Unbreakable, then, that title, or the proclamation, as you say, where does that, when does that arrive? Is that just something that you feel as you are jamming with each other? Yeah,
you know, for us, it's what the song ends up lyrically being about has to directly tie into the way it makes us feel when we play it, you know. And so that song just felt like that to us, you know, and so then that's kind of where Unbreakable came from. Right.
And I wrote down a couple of lyrics, and we can get into them as deeply as you like. But well, let's start with the title track then, Defy. Do you remember when that came together, or how that came together? That first, initial spark that gave that song life.
It was just kind of on a riff I was messing with, just on an acoustic guitar. Yeah, and then it all just kind of snowballs. Like, it's really funny how songs can start that way, and then just, like, we have some songs where you would not ever expect it to have started there, but it ends up being
and then they kind of
an amalgamation of,
it's weird, because then they start to write themselves. Right. And Aaron and I talk about it sometimes, where inspiration just happens, and it's like, maybe it's in the atmosphere, you know, of where it is. It's just this energy that you can, oh, that's cool. And then it could just, like what he just said,
seems like you just pluck it, and it just
you pluck it, and it was like the song can kind of just write itself in a way that, you know, we can show each other and be like, dude, that's exactly what I would think, you know, for something like that. And it's very cool to get to, you know, have that kind of creativity to be able to start on just like a little riff, and then he could show that riff to me, and I could be like, oh, I already know where this song's gonna go. Like, I can start to hear the parts in my head and stuff, and I think everybody can, and that doesn't come without years of, you know, playing music together. But at the same time, it's pretty cool how organic things can just kind of happen and then just start to snowball, and it almost makes it like almost seem too easy, you know. But it's just natural. It's just something that you just try and hone in, and you spend your whole life doing that.
Because I assume that's not something you can force. It's just, it happens, and then, like you say, you pull it out.
Yeah, irritatingly, you can't force it.
Yeah, for
Otherwise, you know, you could just do an album in 7 days or something. Like, like, you can't ever really force that. And there's, like, you know, that happens most of the time, but it doesn't happen all the time. Like, you know, a lot of times we get together and we just go down a rabbit hole and keep digging, and then we realize we hit bedrock and there's nothing to dig further into, and then now we just have a big old hole.
Yeah, time to go back.
time to start something new tomorrow, you know, but that's the joy in all of it, like, is the experimentation of that, you know.
So when do you know when you are done? Because I think there are 11 tracks on the record, but 12. When do you know, okay, now I think we have enough, we have the base, we have the foundation of what we need?
I think Howard Benson, you know,
we never know.
Yeah, we never know,
going forever.
Because we came into this album with like something like 20 or 30 songs that were like
finished.
Yeah, finished, and that we were like, well, what are we gonna do? And we really, you know, that's why working with a producer is so great, because then they can take a look and say, all right, you know, I really like these ones, boom, 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 and I feel like this, you know, these are really solid. Now, let's figure out what are the other solid songs, because something that was important for us is we wanted every song on this album to be a pillar. We wanted every song to be able to be played live, or to be able to invoke a certain amount of emotion regardless of whatever the topic is, whether it's lyrically emotional or it's sonically emotional. And Howard really helped us hone that into, this is what I think you guys should do. And we're like, okay, cool. I think we can keep it in that realm and kind of tie it together as a whole piece. So it's pretty important for us. It would be so hard for us to do it ourselves, just in the sense of we would just want to put everything on it. Right. And I think it's important to have somebody like a producer
who can cut us off.
Exactly, yeah, who can cut us off and be like, yo, you guys, seriously, drop that one.
It's like making a painting. Like, after a while, once the painting looks good, you can literally overpaint and ruin it. So it's like we love painting and we love color, and we get so excited and so myopic sometimes in our scope that we're just like, yeah, keep going, and you end up with like a blob. So, you know, like artists, I feel like we never finish anything. At some point we feel like we just kind of abandon it because everyone says, okay, it's done, and we're like,
and we're like, maybe it could have changed this or that, but that's kind of how it is. And making records is really awesome in that aspect, because then the song is finished and then we go and play it live. And I think live is where we can really connect with it and make it something brand new every night, and make it something that's like exciting for us, because it takes on a whole new shape in the live atmosphere.
Finally then, because, well, the past year has been with ups and downs.
Sure.
How do you look at next year? Is it full focus on live, like you say, playing live? And
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we've been texting our booking agent multiple times on this tour, and just figuring
we need to come back.
Yeah, we need to hit a lot more cities. You know, like we're pretty hungry for new audiences, and we want to bring this new music and our old music and the story of a Mice and Men and everything to anybody who will listen. And so, for us, this next year is absolutely about playing live and coming out and see us at micetickets.com. It's always getting updated. We're really trying to hit as many places as we can this year, as many festivals. Shoot, we'll even play your backyard if you want it, you know? But really, it's like, for us, like, we just want to reconnect with audiences and continue this awesome, you know, community of music.
All right. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you guys for watching.
Whoa! Cheers!